when Justin Bieber released his surprise new album Swag, only hours after teasing it. Online fans around the globe were completely stunned because moments like these remind us why celebrities hold such a powerful place in our lives. They carry the ability to create excitement, joy, and unity out of nowhere. And Justin Bieber has been doing that since his early teenage days, when he went from posting simple YouTube covers in his hometown to selling out arenas and shaping pop culture in ways few could have imagined. And this new album Swag stands not just as a collection of songs, but as a statement that reinvention and surprise remain his signature style, showing how an artist can grow, evolve, and continue to inspire generation after generation. And if we step back to see the bigger picture, Justin's journey is one chapter in the incredible story of modern celebrity, where talent, dreams, challenges, and resilience all come together to form something larger than life. Because the celebrity world is not just about fame or fortune, but about transformation, storytelling, fashion, philanthropy, and connection with fans that lasts far beyond the spotlight. As we dive deeper into these stories, we find threads of humanity that remind us every star once started with a dream, and Justin's journey from busking on the streets to commanding the world stage mirrors that truth so perfectly, and much like him. Selena Gomez also began as a young dreamer, her Disney Channel charm, turning into a full-fledged career in music, fashion, and entrepreneurship. And today, she is celebrated not only for her artistry, but for her vulnerability and honesty about mental health, proving that a celebrity can use their platform to create positive awareness and healing for millions of fans around the world. And while her personal and professional lives have often intertwined in headlines, the most powerful part of her story is how she has embraced authenticity through music, beauty, brands, and philanthropy, making her a role model for resilience and self-love. And speaking of resilience, Cardi B embodies the journey from humble beginnings to superstardom. Like few others, she came from the Bronx with bold ambition and an unfiltered personality that resonated with millions, and through her determination, she went from reality television to becoming a Grammy-winning rapper whose songs dominated charts globally. But beyond the music, Cardi has also stood out for her commitment to using her voice in moments of social change, donating to causes, and making sure her community feels represented and supported. And this is a recurring theme across the celebrity world, that fame can open the door, not only to influence, but to the opportunity to uplift others. And no one has mastered that balance better than Rihanna, whose transformation from a young singer in Barbados to one of the most powerful women in fashion, beauty, and philanthropy shows us what it means to redefine success. Because with Fenty Beauty, she not only created a groundbreaking brand, but also reshaped the entire beauty industry, making inclusivity and representation the standard, while still giving back through the Clara Lionel Foundation, which funds education and emergency relief worldwide, proving that success is most powerful when shared. And this same spirit of artistry fused with purpose shines through in Beyoncé, whose career is nothing short of legendary, from her beginnings with Destiny's Child to becoming one of the greatest performers of our era. She has used her stage to tell stories of empowerment, equality, and strength. Her Coachella performance became a cultural milestone, and her foundation, Bay Good, continues to impact countless lives through scholarships and aid. And yet, through all of her fame, she has always highlighted the importance of family, community, and artistry with purpose, which is why her journey resonates so deeply. And if we look beyond America to the global stage, BTS embodies another phenomenon of celebrity impact. Their journey from a small Korean label to becoming global superstars is nothing less than inspirational. They built their empire not just on catchy music, but on themes of self-love, perseverance, and hope, connecting with their fans known as ARMY on a level that feels more like family than fandom. And their ability to bridge cultures, languages, and generations shows us that music and dreams truly know no boundaries. And alongside them, Blackpink has risen as one of the most powerful girl groups in the world, with performances that electrify crowds from Seoul to Coachella, and collaborations that bring East and West together seamlessly. And their influence extends beyond music into fashion and global empowerment, making them role models for young women everywhere, proving that celebrity can be a platform for unity and inspiration. And when we think of boundary-pushing artists, Lady Gaga naturally comes to mind with her bold beginnings. Shocking outfits and unforgettable anthems, she taught the world to embrace individuality and courage. And as her career evolved, she revealed deeper layers of vulnerability and artistry through acting, advocacy, and philanthropy, founding the Born This Way Foundation, which promotes mental health and kindness, and her Oscar-winning role in A Star Is Born only further showed the depth of her talent, proving that reinvention and authenticity are the keys to lasting impact. And another artist who embodies reinvention is Miley Cyrus, who started as Hannah Montana before boldly breaking free to explore her identity, her artistry, and her truth. Often shocking audiences, but always staying authentic to her evolution and through her music. Especially in recent years, she has shown depth, vulnerability, and raw power, proving that growth often comes from daring to be misunderstood. And in the United Kingdom, Ed Sheeran has given the world a different type of celebrity story. His rise from playing small gigs to filling stadiums is marked by humility, sincerity, and heartfelt lyrics that speak to everyday emotions, love, loss, and dreams. And despite his massive success, he remains grounded, always reminding fans that fame need not change one's heart. And in a similar way, Adele has captured hearts worldwide with her voice alone, her ballads becoming the soundtrack to countless lives. Her willingness to step back from fame at times to prioritize self-care only strengthened her connection, with fans proving that balance and authenticity make for longevity. And looking at the world of acting, Leonardo DiCaprio's story stands out not just for his performances from Titanic to The Revenant, but for his unwavering dedication to environmental causes. He used his fame to amplify climate change awareness, becoming a voice for the planet while still delivering roles that captivated millions, showing how celebrity power can extend far beyond the screen. And Meryl Streep remains another shining example, with her decades of excellence in acting, unmatched versatility, and advocacy for women in the industry. Her story proves that artistry, maturity, and purpose are what sustain a career for generations. And moving to Bollywood, Shah Rukh Khan represents the magic of dreams. Realized his journey from a middle-class boy to one of the biggest stars in the world has inspired millions, especially across India and beyond, because he represents not just cinematic excellence, but also generosity, humility, and unwavering dedication to his fans who gather outside his home in Mumbai just for a glimpse. And in a similar way, Priyanka Chopra crossed cultural boundaries, moving from Miss World and Bollywood stardom to Hollywood recognition while becoming a producer, philanthropist, and global symbol of representation, proving that with courage and ambition, no dream is too big. And through all of these stories, whether it is Justin Bieber shocking fans with swag, or Rihanna reshaping beauty, or BTS building a new cultural bridge, the common thread is that celebrities remind us of what is possible. They embody the power of reinvention, resilience, creativity, and the will to uplift others. And their journeys show us that behind every stage, every award, and every headline lies a human being who dared to dream. And in their dreams, we find our own reflections and inspirations. And as we continue through the extraordinary world of celebrities, we realize that the magic lies not only in the moments of success, but also in the stories of struggle and comeback. Because every star we know has faced challenges that tested their strength and turned them into symbols of resilience for millions. Take Demi Lovato, for example, whose career began with Disney stardom and blossomed into a powerful music career, but whose personal battles with mental health and recovery became part of her public journey. Instead of hiding her struggles, she chose to share them, turning her pain into a platform for advocacy and support. And in doing so, she inspired countless fans to seek help, embrace vulnerability, and understand that healing is possible. And that is the beauty of celebrity influence, when it goes beyond glitz and glamour to touch real lives in meaningful ways. And in a similar way, Ariana Grande represents both strength and compassion, because her career soared with chart-topping hits and her unmistakable voice. But her story also includes the tragedy of the Manchester bombing at one of her concerts, a devastating moment that could have defined her career in sorrow. Yet instead, she responded with love, courage, and unity by returning to Manchester for the One Love benefit concert, bringing together fans and fellow artists to heal through music, showing the world that even in darkness, hope and love shine brighter. And her continued rise with albums like Sweetener and Thank You Next proved that she could channel pain into art and connect to her audience with honesty and grace. And if we turn to another shining star, Taylor Swift, we see the story of reinvention, artistry, and perseverance told across more than a decade, from her beginnings in country music to becoming one of the most powerful forces in pop culture. Taylor has constantly adapted her sound and her image while staying true to her songwriting roots, her lyrics painting vivid pictures of heartbreak, growth, and empowerment. And she turned public challenges, including disputes over her masters and media scrutiny, into opportunities for reinvention, reclaiming her narrative with re-recorded albums that not only broke records, but also became statements of artistic ownership and fan devotion, Her journey is a reminder that challenges can be fuel for greatness, and her bond with her fans known as Swifties is a testament to the power of storytelling in music. And then there is Drake, whose journey, from a Canadian TV actor to one of the most successful rappers of all time, is the definition of transformation, blending rap, R&B, and pop. He created a sound that shaped a generation and built a legacy of chart dominance, but beyond the numbers, his influence is seen in the way he brought Toronto and Canadian music culture to the global stage, creating a new wave of artists who could believe in international success. And speaking of shaping culture, Kanye West, though often surrounded by controversy, has undeniably shifted the landscape of music, fashion, and creativity. His early albums redefined hip-hop. His collaborations expanded boundaries, and his Yeezy brand turned sneaker culture into a global phenomenon, while his personal life and outspoken nature have sparked debates. It is also clear that his artistry and vision left an undeniable mark on pop culture, showing how celebrity can spark conversation about art, innovation, and individuality, and moving toward another giant we cannot ignore. The story of Jay-Z, who rose from the streets of Brooklyn to become not just a legendary rapper, but also a billionaire businessman, philanthropist, and cultural icon. His journey illustrates how talent combined with strategic vision can build an empire, from music to sports management to social justice initiatives. He has shown that success is about legacy and impact, and alongside him stands Beyoncé, creating one of the most powerful partnerships in celebrity history, a partnership that symbolizes unity, collaboration, and empowerment. And looking at the world of acting, we see Robert Downey Jr., whose story is perhaps one of the greatest comeback tales in Hollywood, once struggling with addiction and personal issues. His career seemed destined to fade until he embraced recovery and was given the chance to step into the role of Iron Man, a role that not only resurrected his career, but also launched the Marvel Cinematic Universe into global dominance. And today, he stands as a reminder that no matter how far someone falls, redemption and greatness are always possible. And speaking of Marvel, we can also celebrate the legacy of Chadwick Boseman, whose portrayal of Black Panther was more than just a role. It was a cultural milestone, giving representation, pride, and empowerment to Black communities worldwide. Even as he privately battled illness, his dedication never wavered, and his passing left the world mourning, but also inspired by his strength, his humility, and his artistry. His story proves that true celebrity impact is measured not in years, but in the depth of influence. And while Hollywood has given us countless icons, the sports world also creates celebrities whose journeys inspire, like Serena Williams, who rose from humble beginnings in Compton to dominate tennis for decades, breaking records and barriers, while using her platform to advocate for women and mothers in sports. Her determination, her grace under pressure, and her advocacy have made her more than an athlete. She is a symbol of empowerment, resilience, and excellence. And in basketball, LeBron James carries a similar weight. His journey from a young prodigy in Ohio to an NBA legend was filled with immense pressure. Yet he not only lived up to the hype, but exceeded it, using his fame to build schools for underprivileged children, to speak up on social justice, and to show that greatness on the court can translate into impact off the court. And in football, Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi stand as global icons whose rivalry and excellence inspired millions. Each of them came from modest beginnings, yet through relentless work ethic and unmatched talent, they reached the pinnacle of world sport. Their influence extends into philanthropy, fashion, and global unity, proving that sports celebrities, like musical ones, can inspire in every corner of the globe. And crossing into film and music again, Jennifer Lopez offers another incredible example. Her career spanning decades shows reinvention at its finest. From dancer to singer to actress to businesswoman, she remained relevant across generations, inspiring fans with her work ethic, her performances, and her message that age is no barrier to dreams. Her Super Bowl halftime performance alongside Shakira became a cultural celebration of Latin pride and women empowerment, showing how celebrity platforms can highlight culture and heritage for the world to embrace. And speaking of Shakira, her own journey from Colombia to international stardom illustrates the same theme of talent, perseverance, and giving back. Because beyond her music, she has dedicated herself to education initiatives in Latin America, making sure children in vulnerable communities receive opportunities to learn and grow, showing that true celebrity is as much about what you give as what you achieve. And in the same way, Angelina Jolie's journey has expanded far beyond Hollywood as she turned her stardom into advocacy for refugees and humanitarian causes, serving as a UN special envoy, and reminding the world that influence must be used for good while continuing to deliver powerful performances on screen. Her story demonstrates how compassion and artistry can coexist in the highest form of celebrity impact. And if we glance to Asia, we see Jackie Chan, whose legendary martial arts career brought laughter, thrills, and inspiration to audiences worldwide. But beyond the screen, he has dedicated immense resources to philanthropy, education, and healthcare in China, proving that fame is most powerful when used to build lasting legacies. And across Africa, Lupita Nyong'o has emerged as a symbol of beauty, intelligence, and talent, breaking barriers in Hollywood with her Oscar-winning role and using her voice to advocate for diversity, representation, and women's rights, showing that celebrity stories are global, interconnected, and always evolving. And as we weave through these journeys, we realize that the unifying thread is that behind every headline and every award lies a deeper message of resilience, reinvention, and the power to inspire millions. And as we keep exploring the dazzling yet deeply human world of celebrities, we notice that the theme of reinvention is endless, because every generation produces stars who redefine what it means to be iconic. And one of the clearest examples is Madonna, whose fearless approach to music, fashion, and image made her the queen of pop for decades. She constantly pushed boundaries, inspiring artists who came after her to embrace self-expression and bold creativity. Her ability to adapt with each era showed that longevity in celebrity comes from evolution and courage. And this same spirit shines through in Britney Spears, whose story has been one of both dazzling highs and painful struggles, because she captured the hearts of millions in the late 1990s with her unforgettable hits, her charisma, and her performances, but later faced personal challenges under the microscope of the media. Her resilience and eventual freedom became a rallying cry for fans around the world who supported her during the Free Britney movement, and that unity showed how deeply fans connect to celebrities when they see both their vulnerabilities and their strengths. And similarly, Christina Aguilera, another pop powerhouse, used her incredible voice and bold artistry to carve her own space, inspiring young women to embrace independence and confidence. And her journey through different phases of music, from dirty to beautiful to soulful ballads, showed the range and evolution of an artist who never stopped searching for truth in her expression. And moving to a more recent era, Dua Lipa embodies how new artists carry the legacy forward with her disco-inspired pop sound and commanding stage presence. She created a fresh wave of energy in global music, becoming a fashion icon along the way, and using her platform to support humanitarian causes, proving that even new stars understand the importance of influence beyond charts and awards. And another powerful story is that of Billie Eilish, who emerged with an unconventional style, haunting lyrics, and a voice that defined a generation of young listeners. She challenged norms of beauty and celebrity by choosing oversized clothing and an authentic image, reminding fans that individuality is strength. Her Grammy sweeps and Bond-themed performance showed that age is no barrier to excellence. And she continues to inspire by advocating for climate action, mental health, and authenticity in an industry that often pressures conformity. And then there is Shawn Mendes, whose career began like Justin Bieber on the internet platforms like Vine, turning his covers into a gateway for superstardom. His music resonates with honesty and youthful energy, while his openness about anxiety and vulnerability has made him a relatable figure for fans, proving that sharing your humanity builds stronger connections than any performance ever could. And Camila Cabello, who rose to fame with Fifth Harmony before stepping into her solo career, created an identity rooted in Latin heritage, global pop appeal, and personal storytelling. And together, Shawn and Camila showed how celebrity relationships, even if temporary, can capture the imagination of millions, reminding us that fans are always invested in the emotional journeys of their idols as much as their artistry. And in the rap world, Kendrick Lamar stands as a beacon of artistry and purpose, because his albums are more than music. They are cultural documents reflecting on identity, society, and resilience. His Pulitzer Prize win marked a historical moment, proving that rap could be both popular and critically acclaimed at the highest levels. And his performances, whether at the Grammys or at festivals, carry messages that elevate beyond entertainment into social commentary and inspiration. And then we look at Nicki Minaj, whose bold personality, rapid-fire verses, and colorful style made her one of the most influential female rappers of all time, paving the way for countless others while also engaging her fans with authenticity and humor. Her journey highlights how individuality and self-confidence can create lasting influence in a male-dominated space. And then there is Doja Cat, who blends music, internet culture, and creativity into a unique package. Her rise through viral moments turned into global stardom, But what makes her fascinating is her ability to embrace the digital world while still grounding her artistry in talent and innovation, reflecting how modern celebrity is now inseparable from the internet and social media. And this brings us to another dimension of celebrity culture: the digital influencers and creators who in the last decade have carved their own space beside traditional stars people. Like MrBeast have shown how YouTube creators can rival mainstream celebrities in reach and impact with philanthropy challenges and global fan bases, proving that the definition of celebrity has expanded far beyond music and movies into a new era of digital stardom. And similarly, Charli D'Amelio rose from TikTok dances to global fame, showing how social media can create platforms for young talent. And though her journey is still unfolding, it reflects the speed and scale of fame in the digital age, where millions can follow your life story in real time. And moving back to traditional Hollywood, Zendaya embodies the new generation of acting and fashion icons. From her Disney Channel roots to her acclaimed role in Euphoria, she has demonstrated depth, range, and grace. Her work in film, television, and fashion, alongside her advocacy for diversity and authenticity, makes her a role model for young fans everywhere, showing that one can shine brightly while staying grounded and relatable. And another Hollywood icon is Tom Hanks, whose decades-long career is filled with timeless performances, from Forrest Gump to Saving Private Ryan to Castaway. Yet his impact goes beyond acting, because he is celebrated as one of the most trusted, beloved figures in entertainment. His humility, kindness, and consistent excellence remind us that true stardom is measured in both talent and character, and in a different way. Will Smith's journey illustrates both triumphs and lessons. His career began with music and sitcom charm before evolving into one of the most successful box office stars in history, and his performances from The Pursuit of Happiness to Ali inspired audiences worldwide. But his story also shows how personal challenges under the spotlight can spark reflection and growth, reminding us that even the brightest stars face storms and must navigate their humanity. And moving to Australia, Chris Hemsworth represents another global star whose portrayal of Thor made him a household name. Yet his journey is also defined by his dedication to family health and his roots in Australia. He used his fame to highlight environmental issues and fitness inspiration, showing that being a superhero on screen can translate into inspiring choices off-screen and in the same universe. Scarlett Johansson emerged as one of the most powerful female stars, balancing roles in indie films with blockbuster dominance in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, while also using her voice to advocate for equality in Hollywood, proving that versatility and purpose can coexist in one career. And if we explore another side of global fame, we cannot ignore Kylie Jenner, whose influence in fashion, beauty, and business transformed her from reality TV personality to billionaire entrepreneur. Her Kylie Cosmetics brand disrupted the beauty industry. And while her celebrity emerged from the Kardashian family, her own empire reflects how modern stars can merge social media with entrepreneurship to create massive influence. And her sister Kim Kardashian similarly shifted culture from reality television to shaping fashion business and advocacy, including her surprising work in criminal justice reform, proving that celebrity platforms can be reinvented in unexpected ways. And her journey, along with the entire Kardashian-Jenner family, illustrates how fame itself can evolve into a brand, into a business, and into influence that touches countless industries. And through these stories, we see that whether it is Madonna reinventing pop, Ariana Grande spreading love after tragedy, or Billie Eilish challenging norms, each celebrity carries a thread of inspiration, resilience, and impact into the broader tapestry of our shared cultural story.